Hello everyone, how are you? Students, in our previous video, we have studied about the medieval period in which we have seen how the cartographers did their work and we understood the terminology. We learned about the manuscripts and archivers. Students, when people started getting aware of history, they gradually started their own groups. After forming groups, people started participating in social and political activities. So, let us know how groups were formed and what changes were brought about in society by them. It was quite challenging for historians to know the history of the world between about 700 and 1750 because at this time many changes were started in the society, like the Persian wheel in irrigation, the spinning wheel in weaving, and many more things. New foods and beverage arrived in the subcontinent. Potatoes, corns, chilies, tea, and coffee. And it came forward with the development of all new technological invention and discoveries. This was also a period of great mobility. Groups of people traveled long distances in search of opportunity. The people were getting more comfortable facilities and wanted to become prosperous. All were competing to show themselves important. One group of people who became important in this period were Rajputas or Rajputras, which means the son of a ruler. Not only ruler or headmen, but also soldiers and commanders who served in the armies. Some other groups of people, such as the Marathas, Sikh, Jats, Ahoms, and Kayasthas, also used the opportunities of the age to become politically important. As humanity began to develop, people felt the need for more facilities, and as the population increased, people also felt the need for grains. So, people started cutting forest in a big way to do farming. At the same time, transport system also developed. People from lower classes started getting influenced by priests and ministers as well as temples, and thus gradually the society began to divide in many parts, which was later known as jatis. The most powerful and rich person of the jati was the head of the group. Each group was a part of small states, and a large empire was developed by combining several states. So, how did these states develop and who ruled them? Let us know in the next topic, regions and empires. Topic, region and empires. Students, as you can see, a map of India is displaying on your screen. It is a map of Delhi Sultanate province during Muhammad Tughlaq's region, according to an Egyptian source. In upcoming chapters of your history book, we will study about many empires during the medieval and late medieval period. There was considerable conflict between these states. Occasionally, dynasties like the Cholas, Khiljis, Tughlaqs, and Mughals were able to build an empire that was pan-regional, spanning diverse regions. You will study about them in upcoming chapters. On one hand, while the empires was expanding, on the other hand, different religions were also emerging. So let us start our new topic, old and new religions. When many religions were emerging in the medieval period, the most important religion that emerged from it was Hinduism. These included the worship of new deities, the construction of temple by royalty, which came from various types of texts collected by the people, and the growing importance of Brahmins, the priests, as dominate groups in society. The Brahmins know Sanskrit, and due to which they had great respect in the society. One more major development of this period was the emergence of the idea of bhakti, in which people worshipped their reversed deities, and it used to be the Brahmins who showed the path to reach them. You will be learning more about this in chapter 8. This was the time when many other new religions also emerged in the Indian subcontinent. Many traders brought different kinds of religions to India while trading through different countries, and thus Muslim religion also emerged in the India, some of whom came to be known as ulema, some Shias, some Sunnis, and some Hanfi and Safi. Historians get information about all these things due to different types of religious texts, social texts, and information given by ancestors. So, let us know how our past reached us through our historians in our next topic, thinking about time and historical periods. In the middle of the 19th century, British historians divided the history of India into three parts: Hindu, Muslims, and British. This division was done on the basis of religions, rulers, and the designs of buildings. Some historians describe history on the basis of social and economical aspects, while some historians described history on the basis of development. And the basis of our reasons, our historians divided the history into three parts: ancient, medieval, and modern. In these thousands of years, there have many revolutionary changes in our history, which we will read in the upcoming lessons. Students, hope that you have understood this lesson, and here the lesson 1 is complete. In our next video, we will start our next book, Social and Political Life, chapter 1.